What is going on, guys? Carlos here from Live Gaming Paradise. We are back again with another episode of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This time we're going to go and do another big long quest of the 4 main quests that you get given at the beginning. And this one is called Yunobo Of Goron City. And in order to do that, we're going to need to come over to Goron City, and we need to see this guy in here, Bludo, on the floor, and is basically been hypnotized because of the, there's a backstory to where a long cutscene. I'm going to skip through all of these and just introduce Yunobo, which is the guy that's going to fight by your side. And it's going to allow you to access some shrines, access the main mission, and basically, help you out throughout all of these quests. So if this is the first time you're here, thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're a regular or a member, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Right, so when we get to this area here, we get the quest, and it's time for us to start doing this. Yunobo of Goron City is the name of this main quest, and then Yunobo's profile gets added to your character profiles. And then what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go and meet Yunobo again, because he seemed a little bit like under the weather. So as you can see, there's going to be a shrine right there that we're going to do separately. Yunobo of Goron City and Yunobo headquarters. So I'm going to go over to the shrine and then glide down. And when you get to the headquarters, you'll see there's going to be 2 guys guarding the entrance to the mine. So you're going to need to go inside, and what we're going to need to do is fight Yunobo in here, try to break his mask, and get rid of his kind of like trance that he's in. That he's a mean guy, but I think he's mean only because of that mask. So President Yunobo is going to be released and fight by your side, so he can help you break some barriers. So as you walk in, he's talking to Zelda, or what looks like Zelda, and she gave him the mask, and she's like getting into a trance. So as you can see, his eyes are red now, and it's marble rock. So you're going to need to kind of defeat him, and the only way that you can do this is if you strike him at the front, he won't do anything. So just wait for him to start spinning, and then jump out of the way once he shoots over to you. When his back is turned over to you, that's when you can hit it. And you have to do this about 3 or 4 times in order for you to do some damage and completely defeat it. So he will start like stomping like that, like he's doing now, and then he will start spinning, and then once he comes towards you again, do the exact same thing through the back. It deals quite a lot of damage when you hit him on the back, and his mask starts breaking off. So this is an indication that you're doing something, you're doing some damage really. So when you get to the 3rd and final part, you'll see that he turns around a lot more quicker, and he's as soon as he starts spinning, he'll just come right towards you. But you should be able to get him through the back again and break all the mask and take him out of a trance, and carry on with the quest. This is a really long quest. It takes, this video is 28 minutes long. It's one of the quests. It's not as long as the previous one that I've done, but it is very confusing when you get into the fire temple. It's super confusing. I'm going to try to help you as much as I can, but it was really confusing certain parts of the fire temple because of the map, and it's very difficult to show you exactly where you are and what you're doing. I'll tell you exactly where the gongs are that you need to bang onto to unlock the locks. But just bear in mind that it's very difficult. You have to rely on me showing it to you where it is approximately, and then having a look at the mini map as well, because it is tricky to explain. So when you get out of this area, you see that there's going to be, if you got a shrine radar, it's going to be a shrine right up there in the mountain, and there's going to be one down here as well. So select the quest so you know where to go next, because there will be like a yellow dot pointing to the next location where you need to go into. And as you can see, there's like a shrine that I've marked already. There's 2 shrines on the map that you can see there. One is right here, but you're going to need the Yunobo to do it. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to do it separately, not to make this video even longer. You have to destroy these boulders here on the left. And then once you do that, you just keep on going up to the mountain. When you get here, there's going to be a track that's going to take you most of the way up there. So just get one of the carts in a fan and just get on it, and you will see that it goes all the way to the bottom of the mountain. So the track is quite long, and it saves you a lot of time having to climb everything all the way up there. It's a really great help. You get with Yunobo like spinning, so if you see anything or any enemies or anything like that, you can just shoot him off and point him out and shoot him off, and you will I was just having a bit of fun seeing what it can do. But as you can see, there's going to be another shrine up there, which I'm going to do separately, again, not to make this video even longer, but what you need to do is climb all the way to the top of the mountain. There's going to be a platform on the top of the mountain. So you need to climb here until you get to the first shrine, and then once you get to the first shrine, then you keep on climbing up until you get to a second platform, and this is the platform where we're going to initiate all of the stuff from. There's going to be one here, and then there's a ramp here, and then you can go over to the right, and here you need to speak to Yunobo again on the top of the platform. There'll be a cutscene happening. And he will tell you that he's over there, and all we need to do is go and see him and initiate the conversation, and then you will have to fight another boss. But these ones are not very difficult and lots of fun because you get to fly around. It's pretty fun. I like these ones. So once you get to this platform here, you can't really go into the volcano, into the Death Mountain just yet. You just have to speak to Yunobo first, and then Yunobo will trigger the cutscene, and you can see it will tell you that it was here that he saw Zelda, and there's a lot of backstory and a lot of, I don't want to include all of the cutscenes or anything like that. I'm just going to show you the most crucial bits. So you can see Zelda is going into the mountain, and then there's a big massive explosion, and a crater opens up in the center, and there's 3 heads that are going to be shooting out and kind of like wiggling about, basically in molten lava. It is really really scary to begin with, as you can see. So you got like 3 kind of like craters that opened up, and there's going to be like massive creatures coming out of those, and they're full of lava. I didn't know how to defeat them. First I started by climbing, but it gets too hot, so it's called the Moragia, rising from the Death Mountain crater. So what we need to do, because they keep on shooting at us, you just have to get this device here. Is going to be a one of the wing devices in here. Get away from all of the rocks that are blowing towards you. And dealing a lot of damage, because they just won't stop. But if you're in the air, it's going to be difficult for them to target you, basically. So as you can see, I'm getting something to eat. Just make sure that you eat plenty, and then with this device, you're going to need to fly off towards those things, and then shoot Yunobo. Moragia has 3 heads. You need to break all those 3 heads. So there you go. Yunobo has defeated the first one, and then again the second one is defeated, and then there is one more below, so we need to go and defeat it as well, get close to it, and when he is ready to attack you, you just shoot it, and that is it. That is the first part of this quest done. There's much more to come, because now we're going to jump into the Chasm, the Death Mountain Chasm, and we need to go all the way down, and it's going to be very similar to how we done at the not at the Deku Tree, at the Lost Woods, how to get to the Lost Woods through the Chasm. It's going to be very similar to that. You just need to keep on lighting the way, because it's pitch black and there's lava everywhere, and if you fall into the lava, then you're gonna die, and it's pointless you doing that. You just have to keep on lighting the way as you go along. There's going to be some baddies on the way that you're going to find, but basically this is the only way that you can get there. So you can just jump off like a Yunobo, and we're gonna go into the Chasm, and there you go. So the quest line is going to be updated, and then we can just jump down all the way down until you see that there's going to be like some dark rocks. I mean, you can shoot one of those light from the top here, but it's probably better that you just land down on the, as you can see, there's going to be lava everywhere. It's very difficult to explain in here. Loads of lava in here, but you can see there are some structures to the left, and these structures are the ones that we want to get into because they'll be like rocks. But it's probably better if you light your way. It is quite tricky to delve into this, but you need to go all the way down to where this lava is. And don't worry, because the temperature is really hot, but you're not losing any hearts. You obviously need to get some armor, some sort of armor, but I don't know if the armor is doing anything or if you would get any damage at all because you're on the main quest line. But as you can see, these things here are rocks, so you either light up this path or just take a chance and climb onto the rocks, and then you can see you just have to keep on lighting things up. You can get Yunobo to defeat all of these things in here, all of these rock formations in here, or you can, and sometimes there's going to be like precious stones behind it, chests and things like that. It's up to you whether you do that. You don't have to do it, but it will clear the way. See, like the ones on the left, I didn't have to do it. It just clears the way to, so you can kind of like see exactly where you're going. There's going to be quite a few enemies in here, so just keep on bright blooming the area around there. There are going to be some creatures along the way as well, some of these baddies here. You just have to avoid them. Your friends will defeat them for you anyway. And then when you get to this area here, there's going to be a car in the lava. Just Frankenstein something, you know, like with some wheels, and make sure that it runs. It doesn't really need to be symmetric. I didn't really care. But yeah, you can just kind of like pass a little bit of this lava in here. You can't really go far, but you can go from this area to the next rocky area here that you can climb onto, because or else you won't be able to do it. You know, like there is no way, there's no bridge, so you need to kind of like find kind of like vehicles to go through the lava and get to certain parts of this area. It's not a very difficult area. It's time consuming because there's going to be quite a few baddies, and it's pitch black, so you need to keep on lighting stuff up. But it's not as bad as the fire temple. The fire temple is much harder because it's very difficult to find out exactly where you are and where you need to go because of all the tracks in there. So there's going to be quite a bit of a zonite in here. You can kind of like get as much as you can and defeat all the baddies around here. There's going to be quite a few of them around here. It can overwhelm you very quickly. And these guys are gloomy guys, you know, they're full of gloom, so they are a lot harder to defeat. And then once you finish with those guys, just climb up the cliff of the mountain, and when you get to the top, you'll see the fire temple in the background, and it's that's our objective, and that's going to be the tough bit. This bit in here, I mean, it is tough to find a way because of the darkness, but it should be okay with bright blooms. You can just keep on lighting the way as you go along. So we're going to go and get to this skull in here, and there's going to be an entrance to the fire temple in here, and there's going to be a cutscene in there to explain to you what's going on, and you'll see Zelda going inside of the fire temple. So just keep on going to the right in here. As you can see, there's going to be a ramp in here on the right hand side, and we can climb up that ramp and be in front of the fire temple, right to our left here. There you go. And then there'll be a cutscene. The entrance is blocked with one of those red molted rocks. So fire temple, Lost Gorondia rediscovered. And we're going to need to obviously use Yunobo in order to destroy that big rock in the entrance, blocking the entrance. So just use Yunobo one more time, and it will destroy that. And then we are in this corridor that will lead us on to the activation, kind of like activation panel that you get to activate this fire temple. Really tough bit, this fire temple, but I'm going to try and show you what you need to do. In this one, there are not 4 locks. Normally, like, you have 5 locks or 5 padlocks or whatever, and one gets unlocked initially, and then you got 4 more. In this one, you got all 5. You need to do all 5. So it's just tough to get to certain of the locations because of the way that they designed this, because everywhere is different. But the map doesn't, it kind of like tells you what floor you're at, but if you're climbing, you won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to explain to somebody else, or I mean, I'm going to try to, but it's difficult to explain what part of the structure you're climbing. And I did a lot of climbing in here because I couldn't find ways. I'm sure there's going to be ways to get to some of these gongs with you know, like in a proper way, but you know, I just have to make my way around it and find that climbing the structures was better than trying to find a way, because I was lost. Some of them were really tough to find. But you got 5 locks in there, and we're going to need to unlock every single one of them. And the way to do these is they're all behind like a gong. Some of them are behind lava, some of them are behind like bars that you can't access to. There's no way of like using ascent to go up. It is really tough. I have to admit that this is not one of my favorite ones. But once the cutscene is finished, we're gonna go and start unlocking these locks. Alright, so let's go and do the first one. So Yunobo Of Goron city, obviously this area here is where you are. There's no real map for it, and as you can see, some areas are dark, like dark blue, because they're on different levels of the one that you're at the moment. So there's like, I think 4 levels if I'm not mistaken. So the first one, as you can see, I'm on top of this boulder. I can see, you know, I'm trying to show you exactly where I am. Have a look at the mini map and see exactly where I am. And what I did was climb this area in here and go all the way to the top through that. That's the best indication I can give you of where I am, because it's difficult to explain you. And showing it you on a map makes no difference, because it is the area is littered with minecarts, and it's very difficult to get your bearings. But if you ever look at where I am on the mini map, then you'll be able to tell that there's a structure. And there's like, I was sitting on top of one of those red rocks, and right next to the structure there's going to be this gong in here, and that is going to be the first one that we're going to be doing. And you can see that there's a block in here on the left hand side as well, just for indication of where I am. And of course there's no mini map right now, but I'll be able to tell you exactly where it is. So you don't need to go to where the yellow dot is, you just need to go to where the gongs are. So that's the first lock out of the way. Now we're going to go and do our second lock. Second padlock is going to be in the left hand side. We're going to go into the lava now. So in here there's going to be a card that you get to the top, and we are on Fire Temple 2F. So we glide down to Fire Temple 2F, and as you can see, there's going to be like a mine track that finishes here. It's going to be one of those red rocks that you're going to need Yunobo to break it for you. So just get him to begin with and destroy that red rock so the water can go into the lava and create this material here so you can create a bridge over towards the other side. So you can just keep on like putting one after another until you create a bridge that will get you over to the other side, so we can activate the second gong. You've got to be careful on the other side. There's going to be a guardian in there, and it's quite a tough one, but it should be straightforward to get there. But the first thing we're going to need to do to create this lava rock is to break that red rock, so you can so you can kind of like get the water to go on the ground. So I've done this one in here, and now it's time for us to just walk all the way there and then just grab another one from the left, because it's probably weren't able to reach it over to here. I mean, you can climb the wall and go go on the side, but this bridge is probably the best option to go there. Then when we get in here, we're going to go and find that there's a guardian guarding this gong. He's got a shield. Nothing detracts him from that shield, so you just have to hit him as much as you can and get rid of it. And then once it's done, you're going to pick up your Yunobo, and we're going to activate the second gong, and that means that we've got 3 more to do. And these ones are pretty tough. I left them for last because they were the hardest for me to find. There's one that was outside of the main area. That was pretty tough, so we got that one to look forward to. So now it's this one here. It's like from the main path. So we've got that one there, so we're going to go to the 1F now. And the way that I done this is I got into a minecart, and then I went off the way, and then the track finished. And what I did afterwards was jump off the minecart and glide over to the other side. I think that is probably the best way to do this. Right, from this area here, you can see we're going to climb this structure. I'm going to be right, if you see the mini-map, I'm going to be right next to those big lines there, those rail tracks. And I'm just going to keep on climbing up over to this side until I get to this area in here. There's going to be another lava bit in here that we need to deal with. So that's going to be our gong. As you can see, that's exactly where I am, next to that rail track there. So just make sure that you're next to the 2 tracks running side by side, and then all you need to do is get your Yunobo one more time and destroy that water thing at the top, because we're going to need to do some more lava rock in order to get this platform to be propped up, so we can hit the gong, because the gong is really in a high platform. So just keep on collecting all of these lava rock kind of like platforms, and then just put them one on top of another until you got about 5, and then just drag them out, and we're going to use the other one on the right hand side that we used to destroy that red rock to make a kind of a ramp, so your Yunobo can kind of like slide up over to that gong over there. There you go, just like that, and there you go. There's got another one in here, and this is all part of the main structure. Still 2 more locks left to go. So this one is right above to where we were earlier on. We were like in this main area where the first activation for the temple is. Then we're going to go and do this one in here. As you can see, the track finishes here. We're going to jump off. This is Fire Temple 4F, but this one is the one detached from the main thing. It's just connected by rail lines. So you either get a minecart, which I couldn't find one that would get me over here. I tried everywhere, but I couldn't find one that would guide me over here. And then I just decided to glide off. Is probably the easiest way to do it. Then once you get to this area here, you see there's a switch in here. We can just activate this switch to lift off the barrier, and then there's one of these creatures in here with the fireballs. So you can get rid of them, collect what's inside of the chest, and we're gonna go and pick up kind of like activate another gong. So in order to do that, we're gonna need Yunobo's help one more time, and he's right here next to us. And as you can see, there's that entrance is blocked by that red rock, so we need to kind of like do him towards this rock in here, so you can lift him off the ground and hit that red rock. And then once you get here, then you just use Yunobo one more time, and this time we're going to activate the gong, so we can open up the last area, basically, so the last padlock. Now we're gonna go back. This is probably the hardest one. We're gonna go back to the main area, and as you can see, there's going to be some rail tracks exactly where I am. I'm sure the location of this one, because this one is relevant. As you can see, the door is on that platform there, so it's the last one that we need to do. We are in the center platform. We're going to use one of these carts here, and we're gonna go all the way to the top. But the reason why I couldn't find an entrance is because the actual entrance is above and you have to jump down, so it is quite tricky to get this one, to be quite honest. I was around here for a very long time. When we get in here, we'll stop the minecart, and then what we need to do is to jump off the edge in here. I couldn't see this cut out in here. As you can see, there's no barrier in here. There's like the wall is fallen off, so we need to, you can see this got kind of a U shape, so you need to jump off. As you can see, there's a platform below, and I couldn't access that one with a rail cart. And then once you get down here, then you see that there's a massive hole on the ground, and this is how you go down and activate the switch to get the barriers up, and then activate the gong to finish the fire temple and go and fight the boss of the fire temple. So activate the switch, then pick up what's inside of the chest, and finally this one was the one that we were outside the bars and we couldn't go inside. It is so difficult, this one. I really found it hard to get into it, but this is probably the best way I can help you. I'm sorry if I haven't been more help, but it is a really tough one to explain and to show exactly where you are, because of all of the lines and the carts. If you're in one floor, the lines are going to be yellow if you can access them. If you're on another floor, they're going to be grey because you can't access them, and others will be yellow. But it's so confusing to try to get to these areas that this one probably was the hardest one for me to explain. Although it was not difficult in itself, not as difficult as some of the others, but yeah, really tough to explain. Right, so when everything is done, all you need to do is go and activate the portal. All of the locks are going to be done, the barrier will come down, and we're going to go and fight the boss of this area. That I'm going to leave for another video, because this video is already 27 minutes long, and I've been voicing over these for 27 minutes. I think you've had enough of me by now. So I guess this is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like this video, or if this video helped you, please give us a like. Consider subscribing so I can continue releasing more content like this. I'll be back again with some more Tears of the Kingdom very soon. So thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.